All right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit buzzed right now. My friends at Benefits gave me a couple beers after I saw her, so yeah. And whenever I'm like buzzed, like my buzzed is like I like act like the Sandman, like after like 2 drinks. It shows how much I drink. Okay. Look. So I heard about AEW and like their like a lot of their higher ups, like lots of infighting within their higher ups and stuff like that. A lot of their EVPs and like according to like a whole bunch of podcasters like Solo Monster and friggin' J from NY, I think even GMW talked about this and stuff like that. And all of those guys are awesome, very good content creators. And all of them were like, oh, because of this infighting, CM Punk might not go to AEW. Like they were like, oh, because it's like a big name that was going to go to AEW, and then he saw the infighting, and then he declined. Come in here, listen to me really quickly. I'm gonna talk right into the microphone, okay? Look, CM Punk or Phil Brooks, I'm calling him Phil Brooks, is not going to appear in any wrestling organization ever again, whether it's to perform or to make a fucking appearance. Can you all get that through your heads? He's not going to do it. He turned his back on the industry 7 years ago. Stop obsessing about him. I'm just gonna start doing that now. Like whenever I see something stupid, like some wrestling content that's, I'm calling the content stupid. I'm calling the guests stupid. I'm not talking about the people who made the guests. Okay, all the podcasters I just name dropped, like they're all really awesome content creators that are like miles better than me. Okay, but no, CM Punk, no, like Phil Brooks or CM Punk or whatever the fuck you want to call him, he has no interest in the industry. The man would say it himself. No, wait. Oh, he has said it himself several times. Okay? He said it himself several times. He tried his hand at mixed martial arts 5 or so years ago. I still don't know why he did that, being in his mid fucking 30s. He takes away opportunities from. I'm going on a rant here, but I don't care. Like when he went out for Ultimate Fighting, and when like Dana White actually put him in a match, because I know a couple guys. I lived with a guy who actually trained for Ultimate Fighting, and one of my high school buddies also was training for Ultimate Fighting back in the late '90s, back when Ultimate Fighting was like real Ultimate Fighting. Okay, the guy I lived with, this was like 4 years ago or 7 years ago. But yeah, it was when Brooks wanted to do Ultimate Fighting. So I know two people who were young guys who wanted to get into the industry, and then you got a guy. Then you got Phil Brooks, who's just like 37 years old. Let's have him fight in a match, bruh. All of you need to just listen to me. Phil Brooks wants nothing to do with the wrestling industry. It hurt him. He didn't like how any organization was conducted. Okay? In TNA Wrestling. He has gone on record to say that his time in TNA Wrestling absolutely fucking sucked. Okay? He spent 5 years in WWE before actually getting like decent push. And after he got said push, he was like he wanted like red carpet treatments because of how good of a worker he was and stuff like that, and how he's been like more relevant than all the other performers at the time, which is absolutely true. And then yeah, he just didn't like it anymore, and then he got injured and came back, and he was put up against the Undertaker at WrestleMania 29 instead of being put in the match with Punk and with Rock and Cena for the Twice in a Lifetime match, and he didn't like that. And then he supposedly worked with a staph infection at Royal Rumble 2014. The man should have won that shit, by the way. Would have been really cool, But, like, no. After hearing all of his podcasts and stuff, after hearing all the appearances on all the stuff he's ever been on, the dude wants nothing to do with performing as a professional wrestler ever again, okay? It's the only one where I'll say never on, okay? Even when Edge retired 10 years ago, I knew he was going to come back because retirement means nothing in wrestling, okay? Brian Danielson, when he retired in 2016, I'm like, it's just time off. He'll be back in a couple of years. What happened? He was back in a couple of years, okay? Even when Christian was like, oh yeah, I'm going to retire in 2012, he was back in 2014 doing like part-time matches. Even when Shawn Michaels in 2010 did that tear-filled, oh man, it's been whatever. Comes back in 2018 to work a Saudi show because he needs money or something like that, or he just wanted to do something for the fans there. The only real retirement has been Austin in 03. And that was because if he took a bump, you would like get paralyzed for life, and he didn't want that to happen to him. And even still, he had an on-screen role, so he didn't really retire. He just couldn't have a match. Okay, so retirement's never permanent. But when it comes to Phil Brooks, when it comes to CM Punk, no, he's done for life. He's done for life, okay? Oh, but he went on WWE Backstage. Yeah, as like just to go over matches and segments and stuff. That's not a real comeback. He's not going to do a match. He's not going to AEW. He's not going to NWA. He's not going to Impact. He's not going to any of the Japanese organizations. He's not going to what's the other one? MLW. He's not going to MLW. He's not going to any of those. Okay? So when people say, oh yeah, a lot of the infighting in AEW prevented CM Punk from signing with them. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't. I know how it feels to be like CM Punk, okay? How, like, you can be in an industry and enjoy it for so long and then turn your back on it forever. Like, okay, because of just being mistreated for however long you feel like you've been mistreated. Now you could say that he's acting like a prima donna or whatever, or like very entitled. That's fine. I'll leave that for you to judge. But I look at the way that CM Punk was in the wrestling industry, like me being in the retail industry, okay? Because for a decade, or almost close to a decade, I was breaking my back at a retail joint. Now, I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect big raises or big promotions or shit like that. But there were times where I would go overtime and I would get written up, which is dumb. I'd get written up for trying to defend myself from somebody who, threatened to be violent towards me. You know what I mean? I'd get in trouble for catching someone stealing and shoving them and trying to get them out of the store because they're being stupid. So, and after I left, I'm like, I'm never working a retail job ever again, no matter what. I'll work a different job. I'll do Uber Eats. I'll work at my buddy's golf course. I'll work as a server, but I'll never work retail. So when Punk says he's done, I know he's done because he was dealt so, because he feels to him, I don't feel like he was done real dirty by the industry. I mean, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but he's not going in for another match. He wrestled his last match at Royal Rumble 2014. That was his final match. He's going to hold himself up to that. And why would you want him in any matches? The dude's 44 years old. Look how horrible. Look how he stunk up the octagon in his Ultimate Fighting matches. Did you see how badly he fought after training for 2 and some change years? Yeah, dude. No. You don't want him to go. You don't want him to have another match. You don't want him to have one. He'll suck. He'll suck. He'll fuck up spots. And then he'll be like, oh, well, I should be AEW champion for like as long as Bruno Sammartino had his championship in WWE. You know, he'll be like, oh, I should be champion until like 2030 or some shit like that. Stop obsessing about this man. Seriously. He did something cool in 2011. Made 2012 WWE somewhat watchable. That's about it. So quit obsessing about him, please. Don't make me come up here and do another video about this. Like, don't. Because I didn't want to do it. Anyways, other news. My Earthbound speedrun got verified. Shout out to Andy Perfect, who is a top runner in that category, who verified my run and then retimed it. So now I gotta put the updated time. It was apparently like 5 hours and 1 minute and 57. So very good. We'll see another run of that. I'm about to schedule it right now. Actually, that's gonna be on Saturday. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Watch that. It's gonna be amazing. I don't know, man. Whenever I feel like commenting on wrestling stuff, I'm just gonna like be like, okay, let me shoot a video, because it'd be way better to make content instead of just commenting like an idiot. All right, I'm out. Quit obsessing about this guy. He doesn't care about you, and I don't care about him either. You shouldn't either. And he would tell you that in his own words, by the way. He really would. Like, I'm saying what he would be saying. Okay? Yeah. Quit. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. You don't want him to. He doesn't want to. I said that already, but I don't care. Alright, I'm out of here.